No Man's Sky is a game where you play as an astronaut chemistry addict who inhales the whole periodic table through a light straw right off the ground. Because it's also the future and people finally can do whatever they want without being told not to. I never dreamed of becoming one myself, but if this is it, I'm totally in. Actually, it all makes sense now. The game starts with you waking up in the wreckage of a spaceship crash, not remembering anything.
I have amnesia!
Does anyone here not have amnesia?
Clearly, this is a case of futuristic space hangover. Clearly, I have found a way to... No wonder I have to survive on the cheap shit from the ground. But I digress. I have watched movies where people lose memories, plus I've been shopping for groceries for some time now, so I know what needs to be done in such situations. Captain's Diary Day 1. I woke up stiff as a refrigerated gummy bear. Ever tried one of these? Chewing them feels like you're trying to break your teeth with an old crock. Apparently in the future, intelligent beings finally grew the balls to say fuck you to nature, judging by the frequency of finding piles of trash around me. In fact, there's so much trash lying around that I find these anxiety-sized maggots almost everywhere. Captain's Diary Day 3. The game keeps telling me I'm a traveler, but I would bet it feels more like a passenger on a sci-fi safari. I have everything I need for my adventures right with me, and with my trusty little Swiss poke stick, I can... Well, they made me do it. I can even argue that the universe quickly became my new safe space. Because of that, I grew bold. Bold enough to almost see my downfall. Captain's Diary Day 26. This game has planets. Lots of them. And on every piece of rock I decide to check, in every corner of the galaxy I decide to visit, I've been stalked, ambushed and harassed by inappropriately flexible cucumbers, Venus ash traps with some insane reach, and a bunch of fart sacks. All of them are for some reason angry at me. I double checked, and strangely, no animals were harmed. This raises some serious questions like, why only me? Is this some sort of conspiracy? Why the small heads? Why do animals... Why is gravity the same on every planet? Why is this rock always following me and making me obsess over it? There is something strangely suspicious here. Well, I almost felt like those Tinder girls, with so much reading and traveling. I can now safely say that the lore of the game somewhat intertwines with most of the weirdness and jankiness a person could think of. It actually made me appreciate the game even more. Besides my life goal of finding the fuggliest of animals, I really enjoy the special moments when I discover a planet and I just want to keep it. And the game knows that and gives me an opportunity to celebrate this moment. Much like when I find an animal that looks awesome and I just want to keep, then I have to decide which one of the others has to be abandoned. Since I'm not giving the nanites for this new sloth. What exactly happens with an animal after being dismissed from the list? There are more pressing matters, it's the future and I'm sure everything is handled properly. Captain's Diary, Day 30 or 68. I have no idea which day it is. In space, it turns out that you can easily lose track of space and time. After spending what feels like an eternity cruising and sightseeing, I decided to return to what a tired man can do best. I guess it's hard to forget the old habits. That's a rock. I was looking at a rock. I was not touching it with any of my body parts. Anyways, One thing led to another, and just like everyone else in this game, I found them. I quickly developed an addiction, especially after I learned that these guys either cannot get a warrant or roleplay as vampires. Yet the coolest part about blue ball addiction in No Man's Sky, in fact any addiction you can develop in this game, is that it works in reverse. Instead of losing your money on things you're addicted to, you actually gain more. I give my thoughts on this game a score of this obsessive Red Rock because Major Tom's a junkie. Now if you excuse me, I gotta find ground control.